Hello folks and welcome back to another demo game. This is Iron Roads and essentially you build rail networks here and presents a little bit of a challenge. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. We're going to start up a new game and there are two basic ones we have. We have Forgotten Valley and we have Horseshoe. We're going to go into Forgotten Valley. We're going to play a little bit of it. I'll go over kind of the things I like, don't like, and kind of go from there. Let's start off with our email interface because it gives us an idea of what we need to do. We start off with kind of introducing you to how everything's work. And then we go here, we have our first contracts, which is the mayor of Mercy Shore. And what they want to do is connect us to Trembley Stadium. So we'll accept that contract here. And then we can see what Uncle Milton sent here. And we can scroll around using our normal arrow keys and all of that. We can go through and see what's going on. But we have Mercy Shore here that needs to get connected to Trembley Stadium. Then we have some islands here with some other places connected through here. So if we look at the bottom, we have a couple of icons. This is our just selection. We have a construction tool. We have the orders, which allows us to do some special things to the track. And then we can do train management and finally our email. Nothing too big of a deal. I like these. I just don't like that the arrow is so, I don't know. It just takes up more space than the other ones. And the hammer here, I would like a different icon than that. That's just me being picky, but it seems like every game has a hammer as its construction thing. I'd rather something, like put a hard hat or something in there. It shows construction's going on. Hammer could also be destruction. Up on the top right-hand side, we have weather because that's a thing. I don't think it matters right now in the game itself, but maybe it will in the future. We have our money, which is in golden spikes. We have speed control, a couple of tasks, and then the menu itself. Nothing crazy, but let's go in here. So we're going to start off with construction. The first thing you do with construction is you are able to go in and add on a station. You have to make sure it's the proper length. 460 golden spikes is the minimum length for a station. So we're going to quickly add on a station here. Nothing too big a deal. And then we can click, hold, and drag and start adding on station components. So we can bring this one up here. We're going to bring that over a little bit so we can avoid the water. And then we need to connect these. So we can do so like that. And then we have that. All right, so we have them connected at this point. We have waypoints that we can also add on, tunnels, bridges, and then our regular tracks. The next thing we need to do is create the route. So we go over to train management and we're going to click on add service. And from there you can buy trains or you can create a route. So we're going to create a route here. It gives you the 4 different spots and they're kind of color coded and have different logos, which is kind of nice. We're going to add on here and we want to go from Mercy Shore to Trembley Stadium. So once we do that, we'll hit done. And now we need to buy a train for that route. There are 3 current trains that we have. We have a train that kind of travels half the speed of this one, costs half as much to buy, costs half as much to maintain, has excellent capacity, and a slightly slower loading rate. This one over here, everything is just, it's a slower train. It costs more, but it can fit more people. We're going to get this one on here, and we're just going to confirm that it's just going to be the basic one. Now, the train will not send until oh, it is going. I found occasionally I have to hit change route for it to actually do its thing, but this one looks like it is actually rolling through. And we'll see our train here going into the station. Each one of these little bars here is a person. So you can see that we have some pent-up demand here for going to different places. They get on the train, and then they go out here, and they'll go to the station. You can see that our checklist has been achieved, so we can collect our money. And the second we do that, we get a new email. So we get some more stuff here. Yay. We have another contract proposal. This is somebody who wants to do something, and it's a factory owner. They want to connect Mercy Shore with Trembley Stadium and their factory. So we'll accept that and hit done. And now we have some more work to do. We need to connect multiple places together here to get all of that set up. So let's start off here by building out our stations. We'll start with our station. We're going to make this one a little bit bigger of a station because it has to come from farther away, so I want to have bigger trains. So we're going to go with 700. That sounds reasonable, right? And we'll do the same thing over here. 700. And then we're going to drag our train line out. So we'll do something. Let's have it come out like this a little bit. And then we'll bring it out as far as it allows us to go. After we get to a certain spot, it won't let us go any further, because we have to build on our or the bridge, excuse me. So we'll connect our bridge in here. We can actually reuse these tracks, which is kind of cool. So that will go there. And then our train can actually split up and go back to the station if we needed to. We'll also continue this straight out. Bring it on over to there. There we go. Okay. So if we take a look, we have a train that's going to fly out of here, go to this station. It will go through here. And then depending on what it wants to do, it will go back around this way or somewhere else. And what we may want to do here for slightly future planning is do something like this. And that will make more sense here in a little bit of why I did that particular setup here a little later. But it's not going to matter right now. But let's go in here. We'll go to train management. We're going to add on a service. First, we need to create a route. We're going to start off with our Neptunia. Sure. We'll add on Mercer Shore. Then we'll add on our Tremblay Stadium. And then we're going to go back to Mercy Shore. If you don't add on that last one, it'll just blow past the station. So I'll hit done at this point. We're going to buy a train. We're going to go with our Try But True. And we're going to add on a number of these because this is going to go a lot further. So we'll confirm that. You can see that it's loading up. And we can confirm that there. The numbers are going down. This train is filling up. We have the train full. You can see there's a few little graphical issues when it turns around. Nothing big deal. And it's heading on out to its first spot here, which is going to be Mercy Shore. And then it's going to have to loop around. And we'll see how that works. So nothing too big a deal. We're going to speed it up a little bit just so the speed is phenomenal when it comes through here. So you can see we have two trains. This one stacks behind the other one. There's no signals or anything. So, or at least right now there's not any signals. Like this one does not need to go to that spot. And now we have this problem where we can't go out. So we're going to unstick this one. And it removes it from the track and places it back in. And we have that kind of issue going on. So what we may do here is change the route, and we're going to remove that last stop back in Mercy Shore because we don't really need it. And hopefully that will solve some of our problems. But we have solved our goal, so we'll collect that, and we have some new mail as always. What do we need to do here? We have to go through a one-way zone. Okay, so this is kind of why I did this stuff earlier. It allows us to create a one-way zone. So we go to move orders here, and now we can drag on which way we want trains to be able to go through all of this. So essentially what I want to do is I want to create a big loop of stuff. So the trains can go through and make their loop, and hopefully that will make everything work. I don't know where this train is going to stop, if it's going to stop at this station or if it's going to go down here. If it doesn't go down there, we can probably remove this station entirely and double stack them down here. I don't know. All right, so it didn't really want to stop. It did. It just didn't want to. Oh, okay. So this station now is completely irrelevant. We're going to leave it there just because. But you can see that the trains are running through. That train's nice and full. And we have that. We'll collect our $500 or golden spikes, excuse me. And we'll go in here. Let's see what else we need to do. We can add extra trains to keep everything going. So that's fine. That allows us just to transport more passengers. But to do that, we need to have kind of some other systems set up. So when I set up this little area right here, that was to accommodate additional trains and additional items overall. I think we're probably going to need another station in there at some point. I'm not sure, but I think that probably is going to be reasonable. So we're going to go through here, and we're just going to continue that all the way into that. Now, we also have those things over here called non-stop zones. Trains will not stop in a non-stop zone. Will only enter when both sides of the non-stop zone and the train's path are out of that. So what I think this does is allows us to kind of set up. Nope. All right, let's clear that all out. So what I want to do here is I want these. So this train is going to come in that way. This is all going to be a one-way thing. This one is going to be a non-one-way. Or it's going to be a one-way, but just that. And then we have this non-stop zone. So we'll make that area non-stop. And then we'll also... Can I not make any more non-stops? Okay. Can't make any more non-stops. All right. So I do want to add on another train here. Not because we really truly need it, but just because I want to make sure that we do what the game is asking for as we're trying to learn. So to do that, I think we're going to go into train management, and then under here we can do this little drop down, and we can buy another train, choose, add, and confirm that, and now that's one's loading up. The one thing I wish this game had, if we go back in there, I wish there was just a, like I didn't have to add a train, I could just, oh, there's a copy. Never mind. Just, that's a thing that already exists. Okay. Yeah, so the trains are going through. We should be able to transport all of our passengers, no problem here. We got all of that going. Yay. And it looks like everything's working the way it's supposed to right now. It's just that once we get more trains and stations, because we know we have another spot all the way over here that's going to need to be serviced in some way, shape, or form, that may present some problems for us. But let's collect our cash and go in here and take a look at our last couple sets of email. We are certified that we are a train operator. There we go. Beautiful. And we want a tunnel. Our goal is to just build a tunnel and have a train go through it. So I'm going to pause the game real fast. We can go into our construction mode and we can delete some of these things. So I'm just going to delete those. We're going to create a tunnel right there. Why? And why does it look like that? I don't know. We're going to go through now. Train goes through and we have successfully completed our goal in that, and we're going to go through. They added something to our account, which was like $4,000 or $5,000, and now we just need to connect the Forgotten Valley. What do we need to... No, we don't know what it is. We have to go in here. All right, so no more than 20 passengers waiting at any station. We currently have 71. We've transported 1,000 and all of that. Okay. Now, the reason why we have so many people is because this one right here is a problem for us. So what I think I'm going to do is not go to train management. We're going to go into construction. We're going to build a station. That's that. Sure. We'll then take a bridge and go across like so. And hopefully be able to connect it onto there. We'll make a new train. That's going to create a route from Appleberry Farm to Neptunia. So Appleberry Farm to Neptunia. Done. Let's buy a train for them. Let's make it a fast train. Do we have the money, right? No, let's make a train that just has lots of people that can go on it. Alright, so we are loading this bad boy up now. Let's see how slow this thing moves comparatively. You can see the stack is kind of funny. The old train stays while the other one goes. It works. It's not bad. It'll go through and do its thing. And then if we really want it, we could kind of loop this around and send it through so it is on a continual loop. And then we could add a lot more trains to it. This game, from what I've seen, likes loops as opposed to like a solid ending. It doesn't like that quite as much. A loop is far preferable to what we're doing here. But we're going to go through and just fast forward this a little bit. We have lots of passengers waiting for lots of people. And I don't think we're going to be successful here, but that's okay. Well, we can be successful, but it's just a matter of going through and building out all the stuff here. Let's do just a little bit more here, but I think we've gotten the point of what we're doing. Ooh, I didn't know I could go build straight out of the station like that. That's kind of fun. So we have that. And I don't think there's any speed kind of damage for going one way or another. So now you have to make sure you add that to a straighter part of track. Okay, we have that. Let's go over to our trains. We're going to, oh, we can't copy it right now. We need more money. But this train is doing what it's supposed to do, going through its loop. And once we have another $3,000-ish, we'll be able to add on another train. You can see the towns actually grow and change. That's kind of neat. I didn't notice that before when I was kind of just messing around before I recorded. As the trains kind of deliver people, things happen to the towns. They get bigger. That's pretty neat. I like that. All right. So that's kind of the basics of what this game is. There's lots of cool stuff with it. The graphical style is interesting. I like this top-down view. I'm not super thrilled with all the little buttons and stuff that they look cartoony. That's just a personal thing. It's just not my style. I'd like it to be a little bit cleaner. Just like some of these icons have more white than others. It's nothing picky, excuse me, it's super picky. It's nothing big deal, but just my preferred style is something different. And I'd like there to be just a little bit more in the way of track orders. For instance, I'd love there to be signals before and after a station so I can do something and not just have one of these whatever those things are. I'd like to have a little bit more options in there. I go back to like my Locomotion days when I really loved the game Locomotion by Chris Sawyer, the guys who did Roller Coaster Tycoon. Graphically not a super complex game, just like Roller Coaster Tycoon, that isometric view. I like this top-down, but you could do a lot with signals, and the complexity in that was incredible, but it worked really well. If you understood how we could make like multi-station, multi-track stations with just some simple signaling, it was really cool. But hey, that is Iron Roads in a nutshell here. Again, there's a lot more to explore this game, but it's a demo. I'm not going to knock it too hard. I do enjoy train games like this. This is kind of cool. It's very fun to just watch your trains go around the track and do their thing. I really just want more signal options. And yeah, that's kind of where I'm at on this one. Hey, folks, thanks for letting me talk to you for a bit, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.